What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Game of the Week show, episode number 12. I'm your host, Matt Southwell, and on my right, the returning Dan Gilbert.
Hi, Matt.
How are you?
Not too bad.
Did you miss us?
Yeah, I didn't miss having to get up early to come film, but, you know, missed.
Early?
Well,
we never get early, we've got Ash over here. Ash doesn't do it.
Well, I get up early to come film, and then he gets up when he wants.
I just sort of whenever.
So how was your holiday anyway?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, well overdue. And very warm.
Very warm. You got a bit of a tan, looks like.
Yeah, a bit of colour.
Next to my
in the
pastiness. It's on the underarm, look at that.
It's like
that's not any darker, it's just
that's crazy.
dirty.
That's crazy.
Anyway, that's enough skin comparison for one day. To those of you out there who do not know what the Game of the Week show is, it is three friends sitting around this table every Monday to discuss the latest news topics in the video game industry. We'll then round out our show with our featured Game of the Week. Okay, so let's get straight on with the news. Number one on our list this week, and the PlayStation Network has been hacked once again. Sony Entertainment did release a statement on this, and they said the Sony Entertainment Network has been impacted by an attempt to overwhelm our network with artificially high traffic. Although this has impacted your ability to access our network and enjoy our services, no personal information has been accessed. So guys, obviously this happened back in 2011. Ash, you got any notes on the subject?
I've written down here. It's another one of those things, isn't it? That happens. It's not as severe as last time. It was a bit more worrying last time it happened when the personal data was stolen. But
in comparison, it's
not really a big deal, is it?
I mean, it's like their servers. It's denial of service attack, isn't it? It's not a we want to grab everything you have.
Yeah,
hack or anything like that.
I'm not a hacker. I don't understand exactly how it works, but it just sounds like they were trying to request too much information from their servers, which they then overloaded because obviously everyone connects to the server. And
I'm not an IT expert, but I think you just turn it off and on again, and it fixes it.
I think that's
probably what they did.
Yeah.
If only Sony had you, Ash, everything would be so much easier. But no, like you said, it was just more of an inconvenience. I heard it ruined people's weekends. I was obviously away, so I couldn't play anyway, so it didn't bother me.
Yeah, did I?
Didn't know.
Didn't I?
I don't even know if I picked up my PS4.
I think it was just down for a few hours. It wasn't long at all.
Yeah, but the good news is that normal service has been resumed. Okay, so number 2 on our list, and Lego Batman 3 finally has a release date. It will be coming out on November the 11th in the US and November 14th in Europe. Now guys, excited for this game? Fan of the Lego series in general?
I haven't picked up anything in that franchise, and I feel like I should be.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun
because they look fun.
They are fun games, no question.
I never, for whatever reason, got around to picking one up.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I was very late to the series as well. The first one I played was the Marvel Superheroes one.
Yeah, I played the Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, which is a couple of years old now, and that was good. But they are fun games, really good. Like if you just want a fun kind of game, then yeah,
that's close.
Yeah, that frog was in my throat. They're good games. The superheroes one is brilliant though.
Yeah. From what I've read, this seems like it's pretty much going to be the DC version of the Marvel superheroes one.
I think that's what they're kind of going for.
Centered more around Batman, obviously.
Yeah. Well, Batman is pretty much the lead guy. He's the one that makes all the money for them at the moment in time. Yeah. He's the most recognisable. I'm sure they'll probably tie in Superman quite heavily into it somehow because
you'd have thought so. They've got a film coming up.
Yeah, exactly. But I might play it. But to be honest, there's so many games this year.
Yeah,
it does fill the hole that's been kind of vacated by those things moving out of that October-November window to next year. So anyone who was panicking.
I've got enough games to play.
Yeah,
I don't think I'll be saying that this year somehow.
No, it's probably not a game I'll be that interested about. But if it's one of those that if someone says it's an amazing game, much like the superheroes one was, then I might.
It's gonna just be. It's gonna be one of those good fun games. It's not gonna win any. It might win some awards, but it's not gonna be Game of the Year.
Yeah,
but it's gonna be 20 hours of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 3 on our list, and talking of games that are being released in November, Escape Dead Island has got a release date. The week after Lego Batman, it will be November 18th in the US and November 21st in Europe. The benefit of this game is if you purchase it, you will also get access to Dead Island 2's beta. Guys, did you play the first one? Are you excited for this game?
I still haven't played the first one. I've got it. I just haven't got around to playing it yet.
Was that in your pile of games that you inherited?
In my big stack that I inherited. But after seeing the trailer for the second game, I'm mega excited for that. So if I do intend to play it, it's quite a while until Dead Island 2's out anyway. So we've got a bit of time.
They're 2015.
Yeah, it is.
So
it is.
Dan, is it one for you, or I suppose
I mean, I've said it before, like the horror survival,
but it's zombies.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's not generally on my radar, but I have to look at it more and maybe.
Yeah. I suppose it's one of these games. They've said it's to fill the hole of the story between 1 and 2. So obviously 2, I assume, is going to pick up somewhere after 1, and this is going to be in the middle somewhere. So whether it's probably a game more for just the die-hard fans of the series.
Yeah.
It's what we'd maybe call like a 20 quid game sort of thing.
It's not
a full game,
but
it's still coming in. Access to the beta's pretty cool.
Yeah, I quite like that idea. I mean, it might be worth just buying just for that reason, because Dead Island 2 looks good. So,
but the trailer for the first one looked good, and the game wasn't that great either. So
yeah,
they've never quite hit that perfect zombie game, but it's the first time for everything. Okay, number 4 on our list, and the PlayStation Plus games have been announced for September. On PS4, you're going to be able to get Velocity 2X and Sports Friends. On PlayStation 3, you'll be able to get PS All-Stars Battle Royale and Horde. And on Vita, you'll be able to get TXK and Joe Danger, which, by the way, is the coolest name for a game I've ever heard of.
Joe Danger.
Joe Danger. Any of those games, guys, jump out for you? Exciting. Obviously, you're the PlayStation fans here. Not that I'm not a fan, but PlayStation only.
Yeah, I'll probably give Velocity 2X a whirl. Sports Friends maybe not so much, and possibly the PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Something that could be fun.
It looks a bit like, I think as far as I can tell, a Super Smash Brothers ripoff.
That's pretty much what it is, yeah. From what I've seen. It's just that. You get the video game characters out of all the PlayStation games and get them to fight.
Put them in, yeah.
I love those games,
and that's exactly what Smash Brothers was for Nintendo.
Yeah, I loved Smash Brothers for N64. So I honestly don't know if this game is as good.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I mean, I've not really seen a lot of it, but we'll know in a few days.
September 3rd, these games go up, which is in 2 days. So you've still got time to get those August games if you haven't yet got them.
Yeah,
I don't have them to hand, but go and watch the last video. You can find out what they are from that. I'll just also quickly jump on and say Velocity 2X.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for it. I was going to buy it anyway, so now I get it for free. I'm even happier.
Yeah, it's your kind of
Is it another one that's being released or being given away free, basically at release?
Yeah, it's release date, and it's being given away straight away, which is awesome that Sony keep doing that.
Yeah.
It must cost them money, but
evidently it's gonna. But
it's a good way. I suppose it's a good way to get it out there and give back to the community.
At the same time, you've got to think. I mean, the more people they can get on board on the PlayStation Plus, paying an annual subscription,
it's guaranteed money, isn't it?
It's guaranteed income, and the chances are, I think, if you've been a PlayStation Plus member, you are almost certainly going to renew your membership because
you lose your whole catalogue otherwise.
Yeah, you'd be silly not to. So
yeah, mine actually expires in September.
I think it's a clever little plot by Sony to do it that way.
Yeah,
it is.
So we'll move on to the Xbox ones, guys. So hold on to your seats. I know how excited you'll be for these. But no, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that Microsoft have won September, even though it hasn't even started yet. But here's the reason for it. Xbox One, Crimson Dragon does remain. That was there last month. I wasn't too excited about that game, but Super Time Force is going on it, which is another kind of 2D side-scrolling action game, which is really cool. In simple ways, it works very similar to how a Mario game would work. You go from point A to B, but it's got the added feature of time travel in it. It's like if you fuck something up, you can then go in time and go back, and then your character's still going whilst you go as well. So that's quite cool. But the big game, I suppose, for Xbox is on the 360 with Halo Reach, which is that's probably the best deal they've given off to date. Everyone knows what Halo is.
Yeah.
And they're also giving Monaco, but no one's going to care about that as
mentioned
much.
that Reach, this is off camera just before, isn't in the collection.
No, the collection is 1, 2, 3 and 4.
Yeah, so basically it's Microsoft's way of saying if you're getting the rest, you can have this one as well.
You can have that one as well. Although, at the same time, what they're probably doing is, for the one person out there that hasn't yet played a Halo game and owns an Xbox, play Halo Reach for free on the 360, and now you might buy an Xbox One so you can get the collector's edition.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those are good games. I'm excited for September. Xbox fans, you're too late for the August one now. I'm afraid they've gone down today, and Monaco is the first one available. So I hope you got that Dishonored, because that's a good game. Okay, number 5 and the final item on our news list this week. Rockstar are hitting back at Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
Dan, do you remember this lawsuit we talked about back in episode number 4?
Was it 4? Was it?
It was 4. I remember it because Ash Boy's stupid orange outfit.
Yeah.
I'm glad you looked that up because I didn't have a clue.
So that was 2 months ago, but now Rockstar have answered back.
Finally commented on it, basically saying
has come back.
Yeah. So yeah, so they basically said the whole point of it is just for Lindsay Lohan to generate some publicity for herself, and they think it's pointless, frivolous, whatever you want to call it, and they want it to be thrown out, and they want Lohan or Lohan's party, whatever you want to call it, to cover all the legal costs that have been incurred to this point.
Which is a fair case to make. If the case is, if it is frivolous as they say, then so she should have to pay. Why should Rockstar have to pay lawyers for?
Isn't that like normal practice? That basically, if someone's turned around to sue you for absolutely no reason, and you've had to hire legal counsel.
I think in some cases it is. I'm not a lawyer, and
no,
it differs. No, I'm not.
Shocking.
You'd think so, the way I have an answer for everything, but what? What's that? But no, it's. I'm happy that they've actually
Rockstar's thing that they said was the similarity starts and ends with the fact that the two of them are both young blonde women.
Yeah, not really much.
Yeah,
Ash, you're holding your tongue quite.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
it's
not quite the unequivocal resemblance that Lindsay Lohan was quoted as saying, but
no, it's not. It's not a result yet. But it's the response we expected.
Yeah, I mean, it's about time something was heard, really, from them.
I suppose in the meantime, it wasn't their priority. They're too busy trying to get those heists for the GTA Online.
I'm just biting my tongue because I don't want to say something I shouldn't say about Lindsay Lohan. That's all.
Yeah, thank you for that. I don't want to have to do loads of editing. And I also don't want us being done for slander.
Yeah, we cut a fine line last time, I seem to remember. So
No, you only stated facts last time.
I
so
did.
It was fine.
I did.
Even if they were on the harsh side. I'm going to end now before you say anything.
Let's end now, yeah.
Okay, so now it's that time where we will move on to our Game of the Week. And this week we're talking about InFamous First Light. Dan, do you want to give us some insight into this game?
Not really. I wasn't meant to be here this week.
Okay.
I was subbed in at the last minute.
Yeah, we need more friends that play Infamous, don't we, Ash?
I think we just need more friends.
I need more friends.
Yeah.
Half of them are sitting at this table. Yeah,
sorry, guys.
There's my mum. But okay, no. Anyway, back onto First Light.
Yeah.
Very quickly, it's a follow-up to Sucker Punch's infamous Second Son that came out in March. Me and Ash did a video last week where we talked
in depth.
Yeah, quite a lot about it. Go and watch it because it's half an hour of mine and Ash's faces. What more would you want?
You don't have to deal with me. It's fine.
Yeah. And you take on the role of Abigail Walker, aka Fetch, and the story's set before infamous Second Son, and it follows her story along with her brother that we talked about in the Second Son video. But we won't say anything more than that. It's pretty much plays the same way as Second Son, don't you think, Ash? What were
Yeah,
your
well,
first impressions? I mean, it only came out where we're filming. It's only been out a couple of days, so I assume you haven't completed it yet.
No, I'm 25% complete on the First Light, but it's good. You know, first impressions are it's a good game. There's a few differences between this and Second Son. Yeah, one of the main ones is that you've got the arena with the challenges on this game, which is sort of I think there's 60 challenges where you've got to defeat.
Is there that many? Oh.
You've got to defeat various save hostages and things like this. Lots of different things using all your different skills. But one thing I like is it follows on well from Second Son in terms of follows on it has a lot of similarities between Second Son.
Yeah, if you've played Second Son, you can pick up and play this game no problem.
You can, yes.
I do like that as well. Fetch is the neon girl originally, as opposed to Delson, who inherited the power. So the good thing about taking on Fetch is you have pretty much all the powers, or like a lot of. You're quite powerful straight away.
Yeah.
Whereas in Second Son, well, any game really, you start off as quite a weak character and you have to build yourself up.
Yeah, that is something I read, that it's pretty much you don't have to deal with as much progression.
No, you're already at a
decent
level.
Yeah.
And I do like the arena thing you touched on, that it's kind of doing flashbacks, it seems, almost, because it seems like the arena is when she's speaking to Augustine, and that seems to be almost around the same time as Second Son. I'm not sure yet.
I haven't played much of the I've done 2 challenges at the moment, so I've not done that much of it.
Flashback.
But the story, I think it's going to be quite a short story. I don't think it's going to be story-wise. I think it's going to be pretty short. It doesn't seem to be that much in terms of collectibles. So.
We talked about it earlier, didn't we? Say it looked like somewhere it said like 5 hours or something.
I read 4, so maybe between 4 and 5.
That's standard for DLC. I would
DLC.
say. It should be mentioned this game is not a full game. It's £12. It is standalone DLC. You don't need Second Son to play it, but it's only £12, so it's like a third of the cost of the real game, or maybe even a quarter of the cost, depending on where you live. And I find Fetch a lot more likeable than Delson already. Like Delson's a bit. If you ever play it, Delson's a bit of a douche. Let's be honest.
That's something I've read, that it's a much more likeable and interesting character that you're.
Yeah, she's quite sort of sweet and innocent, isn't she? And doesn't really want to hurt anybody with her powers.
She's the kind of. I don't know if I want to say this on camera. Fuck it, I've got to say it now. But she was the kind of girl, like, when I was growing up, that like I'd always want to like kind of go out with, like kind of like the punk chick kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
that was like my phase when like I was a teenager. I was like, yeah, I'd get into that. No, I'm not attracted to the
in your emo days.
Yeah, I was an emo before I grew up and wore fancy shirts.
T-shirts. Yeah, but yeah, the game itself plays well. It's again set in Seattle, so you've got almost the same landscape as what you had in Second Son.
It is. I think it is the same. As far as I can tell.
As far as I can see, it's almost
not all of the city. We talked about that before, didn't we?
Yeah, you're limited to half the city, but you've still got the main. I mean, looking at it, there are exact buildings that are recognisable from Second Son if you've played Second Son as much as we have.
Yeah.
But again, it seems a good game.
I like it. Moving on to like things maybe because it's not a perfect game. I mean, I kind of felt a bit harsh criticising it for these points of views, because I think you've got to take into account the value of the game and what it is as well. But obviously it's not as in depth as Second Son.
No,
there's a lot less there story wise. Like we said, if it is 4 to 5 hours, that's a slice of Second Son. Second Son was probably 12 to 15, just the main story. I don't like that you can only use one power. It feels. I mean, it's a very cool power, and like when you're flying all over the city, and she's so much more powerful than Delson, it looks awesome.
It does look good.
But using the one power, for anyone who's ever played an InFamous game, you've had kind of multiple powers.
4, yeah.
Well, 4 in Second Son, yeah, and you had 2 in the first InFamous and 3 in InFamous 2, maybe 2 or 3. But it just felt a lot more restricted in terms of what you could do.
That was something that I picked up on, like in my research
analysis
today. my quick reading and so on today of it was that it felt like you had less options and so on, and it was a little bit more bland because of that. Even though it's like visually and still like fine and entertaining and all of that, because you don't have the same options and variety. It kind of stales what you're doing a little bit.
That was like the luxury of Second Son, was how you played it, and we were talking about this on the party chat last night. How you could see the smoke vents and all the smoke coming out.
You
can't use get the smoke.
Can't get the smoke power, so I can't use them. So it is weird. It is weird only having the one power, but the game still plays well. I'm still struggling to figure out how I get as high as I need to get some of the lumens. Lumens. So the
Dexter's love interest, isn't it, Lumen? No.
Anyway, some of them seem to be ridiculously high, and I'm not quite figured out how I can jump. I know you can jump high, but
jump higher.
Yeah, I can't quite jump high enough, and it's frustrating me a bit.
Jump off a higher building, maybe. Get a helicopter. I don't know.
Trampoline.
It's probably going to be cases as you get more powerful. There'll be a way to get it eventually. It wouldn't be there otherwise.
Yeah, but the upgrades, they're easy. It's easy to get the upgrades, do the races, and do the spray painting stuff. Do all the extras.
The extra stuff is very similar to Second Son. Like the spray painting is there. The races they're different, but they're pretty simple. You hold circle and just direct.
Yeah.
Her as she runs increasingly quickly.
Yeah.
But actually it is harder in some of the races, but more because of the camera rather than the actual difficulty of the race.
Yes.
Like when you go around a 90-degree corner, there's another thing actually I don't like, is sometimes the camera can't keep up with her.
Yeah.
Like you go down like a small alleyway and you're down the alleyway before the camera's
even coming out.
So basically
you're running
that fast, like the camera angles can't keep up.
Yeah, it's not as good as Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well, he was 2D, isn't he? He didn't have that problem. It was left or right.
Even then, he tried to get off the screen.
Yeah. But no, trophies. Got any trophies yet? I think I've popped 2.
Yeah, I've got 2. I've done all the spray painting and the Lost, whatever it's called.
There's one that you get basically at the start.
First part of the story. Yeah.
It's a pity trophy. Welcome to the game. Have a trophy.
Yeah.
Hey, you bought it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But there was a platinum which I found quite surprising because it's not always platinum for DLC.
There is not, no, and I think it'll be I'm not going to say this actually. I'm not going to say it's going to be an easy platinum. It should be an achievable platinum without too much hard work.
Basically, there's no online trophies, so therefore it's achievable. You don't have to rely on
other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I'm glad there is because it gives me another one to get.
Another one.
And if it's as easy as Second Son.
Yeah.
They've probably learned from Second Son because Second Son was probably it was like a 2 out of 10. It wasn't quite just play the game, but it was play the game and do a little bit more, and here you go.
Yeah, it was an easy platinum, very easy.
But see, there's your motivation. Get on InFamous, play Second Son, get your first platinum, and then
you
play
can
first.
Borrow it from one of us, so you don't have to.
You can't borrow mine. But so let's close up this game. And what overall at the moment? Who would it appeal to? And who can you? It's a bit early to give a rating. I don't think we should give necessarily a score rating.
No, I don't think so. Not until I've seen the story.
Because you've got to see the story through.
Yeah.
It's kind of looking to be maybe like a step down from like Second Son.
Definitely. Yeah.
Not that it's worse than Second Son, but just more restricted because of all the reasons we've said. So if Second Son's a 9 and this is an 8, but the story might throw in like an amazing twist, or it might advance. I don't know.
At the moment, I'm as much as I love Second Son, and I will most definitely play Second Son again. So far, I think this isn't. It's not amazing for me as
you're not as drawn into it.
No, I mean I will play it, and I will play it probably and still try and get the platinum. I will, but I'm not expecting the story unless something really great happens in the story. So far, I'm 25% in, and the story's not really that great.
Yeah.
So at the moment, I'd probably say somewhere around a 6 or a 7. I'm hoping that can go to a 7.
Who would you? Someone like Dan would pick it up. Fans of InFamous definitely pick it up because it's just more infamous.
Yeah. If you play games like, I don't know, the Spider-Man games or anything like that, I mean, they're, very much, fly around a city, collect a few things, do a few things. There's a bit of a story in there as well. It's, I suppose, sort of similar to that sort of game.
I would personally say, on the closing note, then, that I wouldn't recommend this to someone like you. Not because it's not good, but the infamous experience is so much more than what just this game gives you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be like, how can I convert it into a way that you would play? If I gave you Madden, but then said you could only play Ultimate Team, it's just like, it's not the full experience because it's only a section of it. So therefore, you need to go and play Second Son.
You do.
Because otherwise, your opinion of Infamous might diminish as a result. Not that it's bad,
no,
but
you're
just
right.
because
You're
it's
right.
That is what I have read.
I wouldn't want
is that they think that it's a better accompaniment to Second Son if you play Second Son.
Absolutely.
Which is exactly what it's supposed to be, is DLC,
exactly.
to be fair. So
I would not want someone to pick this game up and play it thinking, for £12, £13, £14, whatever, I'll find out a bit more about the Infamous game and see if I like it, and base their opinion on the Infamous series on this game. I wouldn't want someone to do that. I think you need to play the other Infamous games, and especially Second Son, before you even think about playing this, because that will give you a truer understanding of how good the series is.
Yeah, I agree. So there you go. Get Second Son, then get First Light. Simple.
Done.
Okay guys, so there is our opinions on Infamous First Light. If you are a fan of the Infamous series, as we said, make sure you do check this out. It's available now on the PlayStation Store. If you've liked what we've talked about this week, then please do like this video, subscribe to our channel. If you want to discuss anything that we've chatted about in this video, be it First Light or any of the news stories, or just anything gaming related really, do leave a comment down below. We will respond to you. For now, Ashley, Dan,
cheers, Matt.
Thank you for your time. And everyone out there, we will see you next Monday.
I felt the wave.